There's something extremely special about taking a lump of clay, dust of the earth, and creating a beautiful finished work of art.
My name is Ted Book, and I am a ceramic artist.
We were created in God's likeness. He is the ultimate creator, and we are created to create. The work that I create is intended to reflect my beliefs in God and how He has impacted my life and the lives of others. In the Bible, it refers to us as vessels. We're also called earthen vessels. We were created in God's likeness from the dust of the earth. He is the potter and we are the clay. What a blessing to read about an intimate creating of a living being, and then to be able to create an object in the way that it's referred to in the Bible. Working with clay is very intimate. There are many aspects of my creating process that relate to God creating us as a vessel.
I've always been interested in creating and building with my hands. It's something that I found a lot of excitement in. I one time had someone caution me about starting pottery because he said it's very addictive, and I've found that to be true.
I begin by wedging the clay. This process is done to remove any air pockets and to create a lump of clay that's more uniform in consistency. Then after that, I center the clay on the potter's wheel. We as vessels need to be centered in our life, focused on our Creator, removing any out of balance distractions in our lives. Once that is done, we're ready for the exciting part, creating the form of the piece. What will this vessel become? In my work, I create no pieces the same. Some are similar, but I don't use precast forms. Creating pottery requires focused, intimate, slow-moving actions that allows the potter to become very connected with the piece that they're creating. Each subtle movement of the hands has a great impact on the creation of the piece. The piece has been created and is now cut from the wheel. Before the clay dries, the vessel is very impressionable. Any quick movement or touch to the vessel can cause it to change in form, to deform it. As the vessel dries, it becomes more and more fragile. The environment the vessel is exposed to can easily impact the vessel to become altered. I trim the bottom of the pottery to create a refined, finished look. This also creates a stable foundation for the vessel to sit on. The vessel has holes drilled into it before it's fully dried, and then it's left to dry completely. This is the point where the vessel is most fragile. It can easily be broken at this time. One little tap and the vessel could crumble.
I have to allow them to fully dry, and then they go into an electric kiln. The electric kiln fires these pieces up to about 2,000 degrees so that it's vitrifying the clay or stabilizing the clay so that it's more sturdy. And
when the clay's in the electric kiln, it starts to glow orange because it gets so hot. If the clay changes temperature too quickly, it can crack from the thermal shock. We as vessels will go through many difficult times in life. We will be tested for our beliefs and our values. We can crack if we're put into a hot environment too quickly. However, if we're going through heat in life, in the end, that heat makes us stronger, able to successfully withstand the negative impacts against us. When the piece is finished with the bisque firing process, it's ready for the barrel firing process. The barrel firing process, in my opinion, is the most exciting part. The vessel is placed into a sagger, which is it's some type of enclosure. It houses the natural materials that I put, and it creates the colorants and the effects on the pieces of pottery.
I put them in the sagger next to the materials that we consider trash, such as banana peels, corn husks, straw, soiled animal bedding. The urine in the animal bedding creates different effects on the pottery when it's fired in the barrel.
All of these dirty materials are what create the beautiful effects on the outside of the vessels. We're all vessels, and we're impacted by the trash of the world, the environments that we're having around us, the stresses and sins people around us that entice us into doing bad decisions, making bad decisions. All of this has an impact on what we look like on the outside.
All of these different ingredients, things that we consider trash, I put inside of the sagger next to the pieces of pottery, and I fire it in a barrel.
The pieces are now fired, and often fired in an inconsistent way because of the way they lay in the barrel and the way the fire begins. Some vessels are fired in a way that causes them to heat up really quickly, and sometimes they crack. All of these variations and effects created by this type of firing process are what makes it really exciting. I love the random look on each piece. I still get so excited to open up the barrel every time I do this firing process. The piece is then sealed to enhance the markings and keep them from changing. Now that the piece is sealed, it's fixed with an LED light. When we as vessels are sealed by accepting Jesus into our heart, our spirit becomes sealed with Christ. We now house the beautiful light of Jesus, which shines brightly through the holes that some may even say are imperfections. No matter what we have been through or what we've done in our lives that we may think impacts us in a negative way as a vessel, we can still be seen as a beautiful piece, a beautiful creation to the Creator. And the beautiful light of Jesus can still shine through and light up the darkness around us.
My name is Ted Book, and I am a vessel of light.